Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All month long, we're talking about my favorite holiday movies, and easily one of the most underrated movies to come out in the last decade is this 2015 holiday movie starring Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Anthony Mackie. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the highly underrated The Night Before. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in to talk about more holiday movies. I really appreciate that. Like I said at the top of the video, we're going to be talking about holiday movies all month long, so if you don't want to miss any of that, go ahead and subscribe down below. Stay tuned. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, so we're going to be talking about a bunch of movies that really make me happy. You know, seriously though, if you guys are interested in subscribing and turning on those post notifications, I'd really appreciate that, just so you guys never miss another video. But yeah, man, this is easily one of my favorite holiday movies I've ever seen, and it's also really underrated as a film. The Night Before follows a group of friends who, for the last 14 years, have been following the same Christmas tradition until one year they finally decide to stop due to each of their lives getting more and more complicated. Seth Rogen plays Isaac, a husband who's about to be a father. Anthony Mackie plays a character named Chris, who is a football star, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays Ethan, who is this failed musician going through a depressive stage, struggling with the aftermath of a break. These three friends got together in the first place when, in 2001, Ethan's parents died in a car crash, prompting Isaac and Chris to be there with him during the holidays, and it sort of became a tradition that Ethan would never be alone on Christmas. The plot of the movie also involves a huge event called the Nutcracker Ball, which Ethan and his friends have been dying to get into for the past 14 years. And it's a Christmas miracle because the one year that they decide to end their tradition, Ethan finally gets tickets to the Nutcracker Ball. And that's our movie. So what do I think of this movie? I think that this movie is one of those kickback, relax kind of movies. You can just throw it on, not really think about it. You really don't have to think too hard while watching this movie. It's a comedy and it's a Christmas movie, so there's gonna be a ton of laughs. And honestly, this movie is really fun. I think that has a lot to do with the main cast: Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Anthony Mackie. These three together have amazing chemistry, and it's kind of random because you would never think that these three would get along together as like the three leads of a movie. Maybe you do, but for me, I was like, are they really just throwing these guys together? And then you realize that Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen actually worked together before on a movie called 50-50, and they had amazing chemistry in there. And then you just throw in Anthony Mackie, who is so charismatic and so funny. It's obvious that this worked as a movie, and it really did have to work for you to buy into this movie because the movie is basically all about these three characters, and easily it's my favorite part of the movie. They carry the movie completely all the way through. The film is directed by Jonathan Levine, who also directed 50-50. I think he does a really good job at balancing all these different plot points from these three characters in the movie, because throughout the movie, each one of them get into their own like situation, and it's like a Christmas movie trope. Nobody's actually there for Christmas until the very end. But with three essentially lead actors, it might be hard to give each one of them their own shine. But I think Jonathan Levine did it really well. I never thought that one person was the main focus of the movie. It really was about this friend group and their tradition. The director also balances the tones really well. There's a scene near the end of the movie, and it involves the first Christmas. It's a flashback. It involves the first Christmas that the group ever spent together. And this was right after Ethan's parents died. And it's actually a really beautiful scene. Doesn't feel out of place. The whole movie is a comedy, and then near the end, you have this super dramatic scene, but it doesn't feel out of place at all. I think it fit in very well. And, you know, the director sprinkled in a lot of those dramatic tones throughout the movie, but that one scene in the very end is where you kind of feel that dramatic weight and that shift in the tone. Because, again, this is a comedy first and foremost. So for most directors, I feel like it would be really hard to just insert a super dramatic scene and then go right back to the funny stuff. But I think he does it perfectly here, and it worked for me. Jonathan Levine also wrote the movie. And again, the entire movie plays out like a typical Christmas movie. This movie has a lot of cameos also. I think that some of the best cameos were with James Franco. Mindy Kaling is in there. There was never a moment in this movie where I got bored, that's for sure. Michael Shannon's also in there. He plays the Christmas angel, the Christmas spirit, and he's a weed dealer, so that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, man, I think that this is such a heartwarming movie. It's perfect for the Christmas time, and especially if you want to get away from all those stereotypical Christmas movies, the cliche Christmas movies, and then want to watch something really funny and raunchy. The Night Before is the perfect movie to do so. I absolutely love this movie. I think that this movie is completely underrated, and I hope a lot of you guys check it out. If you guys have seen it, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. I want to thank you guys again for sticking around and talking about Christmas movies with me. I really appreciate that. I'm really excited to be making videos like this all month long, so if you guys don't want to miss any of those, go ahead and turn on the post notifications down below. Thank you again for watching. Happy holidays, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.